Welcome to another video about Cow Zero Nightmare, and let's speak about Haru. This is going to be a full breakdown about her builds, which Epiphanies should you aim for, how she's working, which team compositions she is going to prefer, and so on and so forth. Let's begin. Also speaking about Epiphanies, if you didn't see my previous video about Deep Trauma mode, basically the Nightmare mode in Chaos mode, feel free to check this out. I'm explaining everything in details with full guidances about how to complete it and why is it that important. So yeah, check this out. So now about her cards. The most important parts for you to keep in mind: she is all about DPS and she is doing quite a good job in terms of dealing damage to single target opponents or to multiple opponents. Yes, it's only one card, but if you're able to provide her enough support, if you're going to increase her damage output with this card, she's going to destroy everything and everyone without any questions. But most of all, she's about a single target DPS, and yes, her main skill here is going to be Anchor Shot. So this card is going to stack the damage and the numbers at the end are going to be crazy. Literally, it's going to be something. Another helpful card is going to be Anchor Pointer. Basically, this one is going to pull Anchor Shot from wherever it's going to be located. Is it going to be in a drop pile or is it going to be in a discard pile? It's going to bring it to your hand. And in terms of Epiphanies, quite a good one is going to be the one which is going to provide retain effect to this Anchor Shot. Basically, it's not going to force you to use it immediately, and you will be able to keep it in your hand for whatever reasons when you're going to receive all the combination, just to provide the most amount of damage. There are other cards to also speak about Epiphanies. I mean, the other cards which we have here basically are going to buff damage output. This, like a universal one, is going to boost damage for attack card, whatever it's going to be, no matter what, for allies or for herself. And the last one, the Life Anchor, which is going to boost the damage output of Anchor Shot specifically, but it's going to increase the cost of Anchor Shot by 1. So it's kind of important for her to manage AP correctly, and might be important to provide certain support which is going to recover AP. But about teams we're going to speak a little bit later. Her Ego skill is kinda decent. I mean, it's able to get certain multipliers and is going crazy, like insane sometimes, especially when you have certain buffers in your team. Now a little bit in more details about Epiphanies. So for Anchor Shot, what kind of Epiphanies we can see here? Basically, they're all going to be about increased damage output with additional hit. If it's going to be a combo, it can retain, it's going to provide more damage, but it's going to cost higher. And the other options, create this card in a drop pile, 2 per battle. So basically, you're going to recreate this card and you're going to receive duplicates. That's how it's working, and basically each time you're going to use Anchor Shot, you're going to receive copy, and on the next turn you're going to get it to your hand immediately. There are certain ways how you can utilize it for sure, but for me, I didn't build her this way. I'm going to explain in a moment. The last one option, it's about crits. So yeah, upon critical hit, return to hand. What's important here about the last two options, let's say you're able to spam this card kinda a lot, yeah, especially with the last one option. But in this case, you need to have a lot of MP, and I mean like crazy amount of AP, or get yourself certain Epiphanies which are going to, I mean rare Epiphanies, which are going to kind of benefit such a usage of this card. In my case, in the current build that I have, I'm using this one card with combo +1 hit. It's going crazy, and also I got it as a rare version with additional effect I'm going to show you later. Now let's speak about the anchor pointer and the Epiphanies here. So I already mentioned that retain is a decent one. It's basically like feel free to use it whenever it's going to be needed, when you're going to get the full combination. This one, retrieve for anchor pointer, I mean, it's fine, but I don't think it's really that important. If you're going to get this one, like, I mean, you can bring your anchor shot into your hand and it's going to stay there with the same retrieve effect. All anchor shot gain retrieve, I mean, that's okay, but ideally with this card you wanna bring your main card into your hand, not just apply the retrieve effect to all of them. When we're talking about this one, for example, from draw pile or graveyard, move anchor shot to hand plus 20% damage of that card for 1 turn. If you understand that you are going to utilize her with this card specifically and doing rotations like immediately, I mean, it's a good option, but again, kind of questionable. This one, which is going to increase crit chance of that card, this is an interesting option, because when we're going to speak about the gears, let's say, I call it like that, I'm going to explain in a moment about it, she is actually about crit rate. This is going to be a good fit for sure, no questions about it. So about this one, a good option to have attack weaknesses. With such an option, she's breaking like insane, crazy. The damage multiplier is just higher numbers. Okay, in my opinion, not the best option. Damage to all enemies, defeat this card activates 1 more time. This is an interesting one. If you're planning to build her for specific stages, like, I mean, as AoE damage dealer, and you're going to understand that you will be able to push her damage output to some incredible heights, and she's going to kill at least someone, or you will be able to support her enough with some other sub DPS, for example, which is going to reduce amount of HP for a certain mob. This might be a really interesting one combination. And the next one, damage per hit to next attack card. It's going to buff the other card. I mean, okay, but it's mostly like a nuker. It's not going to be that beneficial in my opinion. 300% damage to all enemies combo, change this card's cost to 1. This one actually is probably the most interesting, like attack weaknesses, and the last one option, I believe they're like the best so far. So charge energy, let's discuss this one. They all have retain, unique one option is going to cost 0 plus 20% own attack card damage. It's an upgrade, so it's going to work always. Good option, no questions about it whatsoever. The other good option is going to be actually about 1 tenacity damage to next attack card used, and obviously usually when you're going to use this card you want to use her other DPS card, and with that she will be able to break opponents way better, especially if they have an elemental weakness to her. This is going to be just great. In the middle, for 1 turn plus 70 attack card damage by number of cards in hand, kinda an option if you understand that you're going to build her around scrolling the deck a lot and collecting cards in your hand. This might be a good one buff overall. Draw 1 for 1 turn. I mean, it's kinda helpful. They're all, you know, kinda good overall. So whatever is going to be the case, I believe they are all going to work pretty much well. Yeah, so that's pretty much it about Epiphanies. Now about partners, and Ritechka is actually working really great for her. Obviously when we're talking about 5-star partners, this is nice to have it, but if not, she's a good option, she's a good pick, because she's going to increase moral effect 3 stacks, which is insane. the damage output is going to just skyrocket insanely. Now, important thing is about the memory fragments. That's what I was calling the gear. Yeah. So for her, it's recommended to have like 2 sets, one of 4 pieces, the other of 2 pieces. And the line of justice is going to increase critical chance of cards that cost 2 or more. In her case, it's just perfect because her main cards are exactly 2 or higher. That's why it's going to work great, and that's why I was saying the option with crit rate for the anchor shot might be an interesting one option, really. This set of gears, which is going to provide with 2 pieces plus 12% attack, is going to work better for her. Yeah, crit chance attack is going to be great. When we're talking about her manifesto, well, her advancement, this is something. The damage from lift anchor increases from 70 to 100%. Basically, this one card is going to add additionally 30% damage increase. Insane. The other one, anchor shot, you can use it even if you have not enough MP, but the damage is going to be reduced. But anyways, sometimes in some cases you might use it and it's still going to be a decent damage output. The damage is going to be reduced by 40% per 1 AP. I mean, like, it's nothing. Power strike deals plus 100% damage. So this her ultimate, a nice addition. Yeah, I mean, working about her advancements, this is going to be something. But if we're talking about free-to-play players, I mean, it's not probably that feasible to, you know, kind of spend everything on bringing her to advancement level 6. Is going to take a lot. Now let's speak about the team compositions and in which team compositions she is going to shine the most. So overall, she's going to receive quite a lot of benefit if she's going to be in the same team with other characters from the justice element, and in this case, especially if we're talking about the chaos mode, Magna as a defender is going to be just a great fit for her. She is going to provide a lot of defense, a lot of shields, a lot of protection, and also passive damage output from her counterattacks. Great fit, great option. The other moments, the other characters to mention here, they're going to be, for example, Khalipa. This is pretty much straightforward, and I'm using right now this combination with Khalipa, especially for chaos mode, because let's say I don't have some other better option. When we're talking about some additional support units which are going to improve her performance in terms of scrolling the deck and getting some important cards, is going to be Nia. She's going to be a good option here because she's able to work with a discard pile. She is able to draw certain cards, and as well she is able to buff a little bit of attack. I mean, she is going to trigger additional attack to some random opponent. But right now she's more about, let's say, scrolling the deck and finding certain important cards. Might be a good option here. The other characters to mention is going to be Maribel, great defender, and she might be really helpful in terms of survivability. Mika is probably going to be really important for her in a certain way when you're going to build Haru around spamming cards, like utilization here correctly with Mika and with MP recovery might be beneficial, but in this case I would say that, you know, kinda having Haru, having Mika and a defender isn't going to be the best way to play her. I don't know, you kinda still wanna scroll the deck and again look for certain important cards, because when we are having a look at Mika, she is all about recovering AP and healing. If you're not rushing, I mean, yeah, great, you can gather a certain collection in your hand and you can recover a lot of AP, and after that just bring everything out in a single one turn. This might be an option, obviously, but such runs, they're going to take more time. About Burial, not a great option, quite honestly. I don't see a lot of reasons to use her. Yes, she is able to draw 3 cards, but it has exhaust effect. I'm not sure what is it going to be about Epiphanies. We have exhaust effect almost everywhere except for Unique, where it's going to be count 2, and this one, but it's going to draw 1 card, activate retain effect on all cards in hand. Interesting, but yeah, kinda meh. She's able to buff the damage of attack card, but it's the only one, so not the best option. Cassius is a great fit. Overall, just a great character. I like his style of a gameplay with his quests and the way how he's able to work. Sometimes this is going just absolutely crazy. He's able to scroll the deck insanely fast, provide buffs, moral effects, debuffs, and yeah, he's just a universal great support unit. For me, nobody is going to be like comparable to him. Maybe I didn't try a lot of other characters, I understand, and whenever I'm going to work a little bit more and look at different Epiphanies, they're going to shine, but for now, kinda Cassius one love for sure. So, with that being said, as usual, a showcase. We're going to the battle missions, hard mode, chapter 3, stage 6, and we're going to try not the usual team composition as I'm using with Khalipa. If you're interested, you can have a look at previous video. Once again, I was using Khalipa there, and you can see how they're actually performing. This is working great. I'm going to try use Mika here, because I was working on her build as well. I was able to get myself certain dupes which are going to restore AP like crazy, so maybe this is going to work. But yeah, in this case I want to have Cassius as well, because he's going to help me scroll the deck faster. About her Epiphanies that I have, which I got myself like special ones, it is going to be this one. It's just crazy, absolutely insane, too vulnerable to the target. It's so nice, it's so nice. Such debuff is just absolutely insane and working great. For the anchor pointer, I got myself the one which is going to give retain. What else matters? I believe nothing really. This one with plus 50% damage, 1 tenacity to next attack card used. Yeah, still need some improvements with here, quite honestly, and I want to get certain cards with rare effects, and I want to copy them to have them in my deck. Anyways, let's start with the battle. Let's have a look how it's going to be. Okay, so we're going to try once again. Again, not like a full combination probably. I'm missing like 1 card, and in an ideal case scenario I need to have like 1 point how it calls in her wave effect, and I need to have in my hand, for example, for safety purposes, this 1 card which is going to give me 2 waves, yeah, to get 1 additional AP. But we're going to try it. We're going to try it. Yeah, for you just to keep in mind that I'm missing the ultimate from Cassius, and I'm not able to get myself additional 3 stacks of moral from the partner because I already used them. But anyways, I have certain debuffs on me as well. Okay, so we're going with this one. We're going to get ourselves AP. This is going to be an interesting one. Yeah, let me try to do it like that. in this case. Okay, going with this one like that. Now I can go with this one like that. And we are able to nuke it. Nice damage within a single one turn. So more or less the combination is ready. The only thing that this one boss is quite an annoying one. I couldn't get all the combination that I want to get, but anyways, it is what it is. We're going to deal with what we have. We're going to use this one. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, again, I'm missing certain amount of AP, but anyways, you can see, for example, from her ultimate, she's going to deal 600% damage. If I'm going to apply buffs from these two cards, this is going to be additionally 100%, so in total 700. But yeah, I will have to do it like that. This one. And we're going to use this one card. And this one card. So in total, 2k with the other element boss. Yeah, it's going to take some time to get the full combination. But this might be an interesting one, especially if you're providing, again, enough support with the moral stacks, and if you're going to manage enough AP to play the full combination with all the damage multipliers, and to use your ultimate, for example, before or afterwards. This is an interesting one. Anyways, with that being said, hope you enjoyed this video and find this kinda interesting, helpful. Thanks for watching, and see you guys in the next one. Take care.